Good morning. Okay, it's in here. Still wet as I go on my walk, but it's very pleasant. Sort of fresh feeling, if you like. New day. We've been talking about the state of blockchain. We've been talking about the Bitcoin effect and what's going on. We've explored NFTs. We've explored the mechanics of our blockchain. All blockchain does is merely write the movement of tokens, one-sided transaction, not even a transaction, to the ledger as a record of token movement. And we've explored price and value, and we've had a good hard look at NFTs and the level of due diligence you need to do on it. But let's talk about rights. Let's talk about rights. What is somebody's right to something? And it's entitlement based in sense of ownership. So are you, just because you have access to something, does it mean you own it? Well, we've covered that. Having public-private keys, having a password, doesn't necessarily mean that you have rights. You have access, but you may not have rights. The best example really is the music industry, or film and TV and creative artists, let's say. And what generally happens is that they create the songs, the scripts, the music, the music scores and what have you. And they are the creative owners. They have intrinsic ownership of the content that they've created. It's come out of their head, it's come out of their experience, and it's come out of their collective sort of genius, if you like. And so there is strong evidence of ownership all along the way through the process. And what tends to happen is that you have various platforms, and you have the music and film industry. We've got multiple layers of people, and they feed off these creative artists. And then they're so powerful, these structures, that the Hollywood system or the music system, what have you, is that the artist increasingly gets a bad deal, gets squeezed. And you have layers and layers and layers of people that are making money on the back of the artists, and they set the price. They get the music recorded. They may, promote the song or promote the live concert, and you have this enormous audit backlog of trying to work out who gets what. And it can take many, many months, even years, to unpick the value of all of that. And then the singer, the guitarist, the songwriter gets a check. But they have no way of knowing whether that money they've received is accurate. The industry works on an opaque basis, which means that there is very little accounting evidence. And if you've got your stuff on Netflix, or you get a net amount, but you don't see the data. If you're on Spotify, you get a net amount, but you don't see the viewer data, the viewer activity, and you don't. And I think on Spotify, if it's anything like Netflix, the amount the artist gets is they're getting less than 15 cents in the dollar, which is small. And so rights is a very interesting thing, because with a right, and rights can be denied or approved, but the ownership is pretty fundamental. And in a sense, that's again what blockchain doesn't do. It's too free and loose, and this is why this NFT thing is look, I said I wasn't going to keep going on about it, but we keep coming back to the fact that you're going to buy something using tokens, and apparently it's linked to something. Could be a signature, could be a sports star memorabilia, and that's held somewhere. But do those people have the rights to it? Do they have the rights to sell it? Will they sell it again? And oracles is an interesting thing, because oracles, everyone says in blockchain, is the basis for truth, in a sense. Is it proven? Is it factual? Is it validated? The information that comes into the... And I've said this before, if you put contaminated water into a pipe and then you seal the end, you've got a problem. And it's like writing contaminated transactions, which aren't transactions, as I keep saying, contaminated token movements and information to a blockchain. You're creating false truths. Anyway, have a think. Talk soon.